Okay, we'll make a video here if it comes out okay, and I'll post it. First time using this camera, it's a Zoom Q8 or something like that. Has a built-in microphone XY. That's what you're hearing me on right now talking. Also has two other inputs, which I'm running out of my Kemper into it, and find out how that works. Not so sure. I tried a little test before, and the screen here on the Kemper came out pretty fuzzy. And if it does it again, I'll put some wording down here or whatever to say what's happening. Okay, anyhow, so what this video is going to be about is I did some profiles of my Marshall SV20H head. It's a little new mini plexi. And what I did was I used stock tubes, and also used a set of Mullard preamp tubes and Tung Sol Gold preamp tubes, along with a set of Svetlana power tubes and Mullard power tubes. So 3 different sets of preamp tubes, 3 different sets of power amp tubes in every combination, so it gives you like 9 different ones. And I guess I did this just to kind of show you that it does make a difference. I think this is a good way of doing it, like when you're switching tubes in the room. You know, you turn your amp off, let it cool down, pull the tubes out, pop the new ones in, turn it back on. So you got time there, so it's kind of hard to hear the difference. So the Kemper does a pretty good job of capturing the amp. So I thought that's kind of a good idea to show, you know, that there is a difference in tubes, and it kind of just depends on your flavor and what you like and whatever, and what amp you're using and all that kind of stuff. But anyhow, so the signal flow was, I captured the Kemper, captured the SV, went from the Kemper into the SV into a load box, into my DAW, and then used an impulse response. So all these are going to be using the exact same impulse response. It's a one of a 1960 AX cab with a couple mics on it. So everything's identical, so the only thing we hear difference is actually the sound of the tubes. Another quick thing here I'll show you is on the Kemper, it's kind of cool when you do a profile over here. You can see these lights here, it says gain right there, and it lights up where it's at. So it'll show you actually how much gain that profile captured. And if I move right there, you see it change right there, that light on lower there, a little higher there. So what happened was, it's kind of odd. I always thought the Tung Sol preamp tubes were had a little more gain than some other ones. You know, like knowing to test in the room, you just swapping tubes, it's hard to hear a difference. But with the Kemper, I don't like this, and switching between each preset, you can hear it really well, and then 2, you can actually see it. So right there, it definitely shows you that's the Mullard right there, if you watch the gain, and then that's the Tung Sol. And see the stock JJ tubes and the Mullard there, I'm switching back and forth there, they're right about the same. So the JJ, or I guess the stock is actually JJ and Chinese combination. Power tubes on the stock was JJ, just a regular EL34. So anyhow, I don't know if you can see the screen again. Here's the name of the preset. It says SV20. The next few letters there will be what preamp tube, and the next letter would be the power amp tube, and then the rest of it after that dash right there is H2. It's the high treble channel. I got it on gain 2, so kind of a light gain. It's got a little bit of gain there. It's definitely breaking up, but I don't want to go too far, so you can hear the difference in the tubes, I think, better at lower gain setting. So we got here the JCC and the J. This here would be the completely stock preamp, stock power amp tubes, and playing a couple chords here, I guess. You have to do with my shitty playing. But anyhow, it's a Les Paul traditional with Burstbuckers. This is in the bridge position, and all knobs on 10. Go to the next one. This will be the stock JJ preamp tubes, and this is with the Mullard power. this one will be the stock JJ preamp with the Svetlana power. And move the next set of preamp tubes. These are next to here will be the Mullard. This is the Mullard pre with the JJ power. And this one is the Mullard pre, Mullard power. This one will be the Mullard pre with the Svetlana power. Moving along. Last set here, this is the Tung Sol. These are Tung Sol Gold. So this is a Tung Sol Gold with the JJ power. Definitely has less gain here, that. This is the Tung Sol Gold with the Mullard power. And last, this is the Tung Sol Gold with the Svetlana power. My favorite is the Mullard. I think this one has a little richer and thicker mid-range. Not as much on the top, a little maybe a little tighter on the bottom. It reminds me more of what I think of when I think of a Plexitone, I guess. Compared to the stock tubes. So I guess that's it. Hopefully you can hear the difference there. I'm using headphones right now listening to it. I can definitely hear it's not like a huge difference, but it's definitely there. And of course every guy's gonna like something different. Some of you might like the stock, some of you might like other versions of it there. But that's the cool thing about playing guitar and changing things up and do whatever you want. Alright, hopefully that turned out good. See you later.